If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is the GMS show. I'm here so we can review some things, talk about some things, discuss, and just vibe out for about an hour, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. GMS fam, make sure y'all tap into that live chat. Let me know you are in here. Hit that like button on the way in. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Make sure if you want to support the GMS show, you do it in a big way. Also, in the description below is how you support the GMS show in a big way. Like I said, we aren't monetized over here, baby. So if you want to help support the GMS show, you can donate to the Cash App. That is in the description below. Make sure you check that out. And if you want to support, I appreciate you. Much love from me to you. Now, we got to get into it, man. We got to get into everything that's going on. So many different topics to talk about. First and foremost, we got to get to some of the things that happened yesterday. I haven't watched in a couple of weeks. There's so much stuff going on. All this rap beef and all this extra shit going on with Kendrick and Drake. It's just all that shit. Hip-hop had me consumed, so I didn't really pay too much attention to what was going on over there in the world of 5150. But I got a chance to watch the episode last night and saw what was happening, and some of these things we have to discuss. But before so, I got to shout y'all out, man. Greg Simmons, I see you, brother. Shout out to you. Infinite Uppers in the building. Jan Wynn is here. Dad to the Max is here. Glow is here. Stiller Lee is here. Hot One is here. Grits and Gravy's in the building. Golden Radio Hour. Don Philly. Zen Master. Vale. Aaron McHenry. All right, y'all, man. So, last night on the 5150 show, Corey decided that he wanted to comment on a few things that's been happening with some of his comedian friends, first and foremost, before we even get to the other BS that occurred where he went in on Shannon Sharpe. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But if you guys haven't heard or you haven't been paying attention to Tiffany Haddish, she has been making headlines because of her open support for Israel, because of her newfound knowledge of her supposed Jewish background. Now, she couldn't have picked a worse time to go back into her lineage because there is a war happening outside, and it's very, very ugly. People have been definitively choosing sides as of late. It's a whole free Palestine and, you know, Israel isn't doing anything bad type of deal from each side. So it's a whole thing that I'm not fully educated on, and I'm not gonna take the time to try to educate y'all on it. If I'm not educated, I'm not gonna sit here and try to talk about it. I only know what's happening on the surface. She has been getting a lot of backlash, especially after visiting Israel recently, and she decided that she was gonna do a show. While she was at this show, people were giving her backlash because of how she responded to the protests in these different colleges around America in support of Palestine. So hold on. I should have had this video queued up. Hold on, give me 1 second. I forgot about this video. I totally forgot about this video. Here we go. So I'm going to show y'all what happened on stage with Tiffany. And then we're going to talk about what Corey had to say in response to this. Check this out.
Colleges, right? I don't give a fuck about that shit. I've never went to college. Why would I care? Why would I care about college? Boo to college? Or boo that I never went? Or boo that I don't give a fuck about the college? Boo that I don't give a fuck about the college? Why should I give a fuck about the college? There's not genocide at the college. I give a fuck about what's going on the other side of the world, but why would I give a fuck about the college? Because of Africa? Because Africa is working at the college? Shut the fuck up. This is the shit I'm talking about. Stupid motherfuckers at the college. I ain't never worked a goddamn day in your life. Do you remember 9/11, bitch?
No laughs.
No, forget about it. We were under attack. 11 terrorists blew our shit up. 3,000 people dead. What the fuck did we do, America? Do y'all remember what we did? If you're from the 1900s, you remember. We went the fuck over there. We fucked they ass up, didn't we? I went over there. I flew on a plane. I went over there and did comedy for the troops. I did do that. I did comedy for our American troops.
Now, that didn't go the way I think she thought it was going to go. And that was a very awkward, very cringy interaction that she had with the crowd, especially at a comedy show. You're supposed to be doing comedy, and right now, and this is what I'm talking about, when things go on in people's world and they are out here trying to be a professional, make people laugh person, going out here and doing these type of things is always going to put a stain on your career. It's always going to make people look at you differently whenever you go on stage to do your comedy. It's never going to end up right. However, it doesn't matter how righteous you feel. It doesn't matter how much research you've been doing, how many books you've been reading. These people really don't care. Now, the thing about why it is important for us to even have this discussion is because people really can't have an opinion of their own when there is a hive mind mentality in society. Now, I'm not saying that Tiffany's right in how whatever she's saying. I'm not saying she's right or wrong. I'm just saying with all this stuff going on, it's better. And I'm telling you right now, this is exactly why I just got done saying it's better for you to try to educate yourself as much as you can on a situation you have no idea about, didn't grow up in, wasn't around, than to just be like, oh, I have a heritage or I have my lineage links to these people or that people, and then thinking that you automatically have to support that thing. Also, her idea about not giving a fuck about the colleges because she gives a fuck what's going on on the other side of the country, to me is just an excuse to try to shit on what's going on. And she tried to make a powerful point, but it didn't do anything but shit on the kids that's basically out here raising their voice for something. Because Tiffany wouldn't say the same shit if a white comedian got on stage and when they were talking about all the protests going on with BLM, and this person said, man, fuck those people. I don't give a fuck about them. I only give a fuck what's happening to black people on the streets. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense to even do that. There's no point to even attack the college kids. But with that happening and with that going around and all the different analogies and things like that, Corey Holcomb felt like he needed to take up for his friend Tiffany Haddish, so he decided to speak on it last night on his 5150 show. Let me read some of y'all comments. It said, IVR said, when will we realize these celebs are about as dumb as us in the YouTube chat? LOL. And these are y'all leaders. Scratch my head. If an Umber says she should have stayed out of politics if she's clueless on what's happening in the world. The people protesting are doing so because their money is going toward funding Israel as Israel discriminates against Palestinians. Come on, man. Zimmaster said, why is it always the niggas who never went to college talking shit about college? I don't know. And we'll get into that mentality later, because we're going to talk about the people that don't get the mainstream looks that they get, but also talk shit about mainstream people. I'm talking about this guy right here. We're gonna get into that in a minute, but first, let's hear what he had to say about this whole Tiffany Haddish situation.
That's why all these motherfuckers who hitting big licks is
low key. I feel like he was calling Tiffany dumb, but didn't want to directly call her dumb because he still has a lot of love and respect for her. He was just, you'll hear,
making me laugh. I'm like, why y'all acting like y'all motherfuckers just getting it and ain't taking it? Like, you never hear these motherfuckers talk about what they did for licks.
Right.
I already know if you in Hollywood and you motherfucking working for real, you been violated.
Oh,
they ain't gonna let you have it without it. You ain't finna be no motherfucking superstar without getting violated.
What violations has happened to Kevin Hart? What violations has happened to, and I'm not talking about in the way where media tries to tear these people down and they try to put things on their name or be like, oh, Kevin Hart's a cheater, so he's a shitty person, or Kevin Hart talked down on his employees. I'm assuming that he's talking about getting bent over and rammed like you were in a corner cell at a prison. That's what I'm thinking, because usually when he talks about this, he associates it with Backdooria. But a lot of these people who he shows love to, who has helped him in his career, seem to have escaped that whole part, which negates his whole entire philosophy about people becoming superstars. So which one is it? It's very confusing, but the thing about it is I've learned over time that only certain things apply for people that Corey doesn't like, doesn't think that is talented, or just simply feels like he should be in the same position or even further than that person.
Backdooria is real. God damn it. And all you stars who have been given press from the people, I ain't got to say no names. All you stars who've been given press by these people, if you're not smart, please just be quiet. Some people are highly intelligent.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a lot of book smarts or wisdom, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're only going to put your foot in your mouth. They need somebody to train the people who's been chosen to be in these movies and shit. Like, you take...
Is Corey book smart? Does anybody know this? I don't know if he ever talks about reading a lot of books. I'm being dead serious. I really don't know if he's ever mentioned that. But I will assume that Corey is a person that doesn't read a bunch of books and isn't completely book smart at all. But we don't sit back and don't take some of the things that he says as truth. He says a lot of truth on his platform, mixed in with a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of critiques of different people, and a lot of delusion as well. When you speak out on people and then when they speak back, you feel like you're being attacked. We see that, but at the same time, he speaks a lot of truth. So just because he isn't book smart doesn't mean that he isn't out here educating people in certain ways. He doesn't have to necessarily give them book smarts, but in the game of life, when you experience things, you can give people some type of game to help them along the way. And I feel like he's done that a lot.
Take Lil Real, for example. He didn't have to say nothing about me. But because he's not trained, he said something about me, and I put the video up of him in the dress. Let me tell you something.
Oh, no. Musa, 49, says, you're being biased just like Corey. All of those stars did something they aren't proud of, and yeah, Corey is bitter, but you be acting just like him in your own way. Be fair. I mean, if you can prove that every single superstar in their life has done something that they regret or has done something they're not proud of to make it to the point that they're at, then fine. Give me all the evidence you have. But if the only evidence is a nigga on a platform telling you this, then I can't take your word for it, sir. I don't personally believe everybody that is a superstar in Hollywood has done something to compromise themselves. I don't believe that. I believe that is a narrative that's easy to run with from certain individuals who haven't gotten to a certain point that they believe they deserve to get to. That doesn't just apply to Corey. That's just how I see things. Because like I just said, what has Kevin Hart done? Y'all say he put on a dress on SNL. But we hear that that's not really a problem. We didn't hear that wasn't so much of an issue for Corey to feel some type of way where he can't fuck with him. So if that's the case, why is it so damning for other people? That's all I'm saying. I'm only pointing out a hypocrisy. I'm not sitting here trying to say that no weird shit be going on in Hollywood. We know it does. We know it does. Because not everybody is going to be saying the same thing without validity to it. Corey isn't the only person that says this. We know that these things happen, but I don't believe that it is every superstar. And he doesn't believe it either because he's friends with some of these people. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going.
Real, you hanging with a Backdooria mob. I know what you done did to be accepted. Now,
threw some shots
this is
at
what's
Lil Rel.
happened, and it's a very delicate subject for me. My sister Tiffany Haddish says something about what's going on with the college protests. And I know it's from ignorance that she don't know what it is. I'm not taking up for her, everybody. I'm just saying, Tiffany don't know nothing about that shit. She's just speaking from the heart of what she was told. One thing she said up there was, I performed for the troops, because she said America, like on the news, they said 11 people bombed the towers, you know, like they ran the planes into the towers and all that shit. And then Tiffany said, we went out there and we fucked them up. I'm like, I think Tiffany really thinks that what they showed her on the news about what happened is what happened. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
This is the nicest way Corey has ever called somebody dumb.
Yeah.
My sister Tiffany, what they played on the news is what they wanted you to think.
In my opinion.
The people who lead this nation justified going over to the sand and murdering a whole bunch of people.
Now, this is where I actually agree wholeheartedly with that man, because we know the truth. We know what happened. The evidence is too it's too heavy to dismiss it. We can't just say that these people came over here and did that and then we retaliated by going over there and just massacring a bunch of people. Without saying it, we know what really happened. You know what I'm saying? We know what really happened. We know that our government played a big part in I don't want to put those words together. YouTube is tricky. When you put words and sentences together, they try to block your shit. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. Them niggas just didn't come over here and just do this shit all willy-nilly. You feel me? And they had a little bit of help from our own. I'm just saying. you know what I'm saying? Everybody that was alive during that time that done seen that video of George Bush finding out that some planes hit a tower. This motherfucker was reading a children's book. He leaned over, he heard that shit. Motherfucker tipped his nose and kept going. He said, send the second one. I don't mean to joke about it. It's not funny. Like, a lot of people died as a tragedy. But I'm just saying, our government is not exempt from this shit. Let's keep going.
Everything you saw on the news is sucker shit. It's sucker shit. Them people did that to us. Except now you're integrated in this society where you think you're supposed to be like, oh, I'm this, I'm for my country and all like that. You don't have a country. You've been chosen to be in front of them people and basically perform for them. But don't think that they're your friends. The people who run this nation make sure that people like us are always struggling and in fucked up situations. So when you hear about the people from this nation who went over to other nations and destroyed them, this is what I'm trying to tell you, my sister. That's sucker shit. I could lose this channel. I don't give a fuck no more. I don't give a fuck. All that shit, them people are at them colleges protesting because the people over here who run this nation support injustices over there. You probably don't even know what happened in the 1940s. You probably don't even know, Tiffany. They jacked them people. Everything in America is a jack move. Do you know that?
When it comes to America, when it comes to this government, that's one thing, and that's really, like, I'm telling y'all, and I feel like a lot of people, especially when Zoe was still around, this was like the type of conversations that people love to hear. Like, the gossip shit is one thing, Corey's personal stories and talking about bitches and this and that. It's like the fun part of it, crack jokes. But we all know the conversations when it pertains to the government and when it pertains to things that go on in society and within culture, that is like the top of the list of things that people love to hear on the 5150 show. And a lot of things that people can relate to or already up on or need to be up on. Because a lot of the times, like, yeah, it's fun and it's entertaining to hear niggas talk shit about people and whatnot. But we are getting dumber as the years go by. And when I say we, I'm talking about as a collective. If you're not keeping yourself focused on what's important, we're only getting dumber as the years go by. And they are contributing to it because of how much worse things are going. We're in a decline, but they don't want you to think that. They don't want you to feel that way. Because once that happens, then it becomes mass hysteria. They don't want that. So like I said, this shit right here is why a lot of people fuck with the 5150 show. At least that's how I feel. I don't know about anybody else, but that's how I feel. Now it continues a little bit more as he talks a little bit more about Tiffany on this side of everything. Listen to this.
A few times, and he ain't trying to mess that money up. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make to all you court jesters out there, and I'm not saying, look, to all us court jesters out there, you got to watch what you say when you speaking, especially if you don't have the courage to speak from knowing and understanding it's going to make your master mad.
Corey telling somebody to watch what they say is hilarious. I just want to put that out there.
You have to be cool with what you say, man. You know what an American troop is? An American troop is the offspring of the lost. Yeah. They've been sent to another country to destroy them, and they don't get no respect in their country. How in the hell can you hold your head up to that? Because I know a lot of you are back here in the States after serving your country, begging to get on the 5150 show.
Oh, shit.
Zen Master said, y'all go back and listen to Corey after Walter Scott got murdered back by a cop in 2014. That was when I found him. He was amazing.
Don't you dare salute in front of me, boy.
And can I say something?
Go ahead.
I don't want to
D.
make. I don't want you to think that this is an excuse or anything like that. But I didn't hear what she had to say, but I saw some of the after effects of what other people.
I
getting
still
upset.
ain't seen it
I
yet.
haven't seen it either. But I'm just saying, what made me think when I heard that happened was that I just thought of her PR people and like her team. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like when you're at a certain level. And like I said, I'm not making an excuse for her because she could have said, no, I'm not gonna, I'm just not gonna say anything. So I think when somebody's going through certain things, because they're trying to like pick it up, clean up, her whole image and everything. It sounded like
She was put on the spot. She spoke from the heart, but it was out of ignorance.
But do you
They
think
gonna keep
so,
doing
or
her
do they
like
have
that.
somebody to see? Because people that
Say that again?
agents, managers, things like that, when they're trying to clean up somebody's so-called act
Yeah.
or what have you.
Image.
Like I say, I'm not trying to make it. I'm just saying that's
No, when
see
you
that-
on stage and it's not going bad, sometimes you can just say fuck it.
So you
and
don't
just
think
say
she was
whatever on
pressured?
your mind.
Right.
But like when you say what's on your mind, you're gonna probably speak what you know. And it's my job to make sure Tiffany understands, because there's a lot of people who might not have the courage to say this. I don't know if Tiffany gonna be mad at me. I don't know if Kevin gonna be mad at me. I don't
think
know
so.
if Cat Williams gonna be mad at me, but I stand on that. We do sucker shit for the mob.
That's real shit.
Wow.
We all do sucker shit for the mob. You know the mob out here. You saw what happened when Kyrie got in trouble. It wasn't people standing up against the mob. Only a handful of people stood up against the mob. Most people ducked their head, or some even said some sucker shit.
Now, that's where you got to give Corey his credit, because he was one of the only handfuls of people who was speaking up at the time when Kyrie was going through his shit, when Kanye was going through his shit. Corey was throwing jabs at little hats left and right, motherfucker. So you got to give him his credit there. I think it is important that as an OG, he should be able to call Tiffany and talk to her, at least text her, shoot her a text or something, a message. I don't know if he has or not, probably. But I feel like as an OG, especially if it was me, I would definitely reach out and give her the same game that I was given on my show. Instead of it be just my show being a place where I go and reveal things or say things there and leave it there and let the internet go and spread it around, I would talk to her personally and try to give her the game that I'm trying to, give on my show about her. Hopefully she might listen. I don't know. Who knows? Personally, I think Tiffany is a little far gone up top. I'm not saying she's crazy. I'm not saying she's mentally ill. I'm just saying she's a little. I don't think she was expecting the fame that she got. The fame and the notoriety that people get, and I don't think people understand the power of that. The power of being somebody, whether you're somebody who wasn't doing anything or somebody that's been trying to work at something their whole life. If you come into superstardom, if you start to get a bunch of fame and you start getting these deals and these checks and all these millions and things like that for shit that you're doing, I don't care who you are. You have to train yourself to try to maintain who you are. Because it doesn't matter what it is, whatever you get into, whatever you get consumed by, it's going to change you. We are human. That's just how our brains work. You have to actually do the practice and the work and put the effort towards maintaining who you are, your integrity and your morals as life changes for you. Sometimes people get caught up in shit. Sometimes people forget that they have some type of influence or some type of power because of the position that they're in, and they end up saying certain things or putting their foot in their mouths. Now, I made sure to get through that first part because, a lot of people like to try to call me a hater when I'm just somebody that just sees things for how I see it and give my opinion. I wanted to get that out the way because this next part, they definitely going to try to call me a hater. I don't give a fuck. While I'm sitting here listening to the show, I noticed that Corey decided to bring up the roast. Now, there was a roast, Tom Brady, on Netflix that featured a lot of comedians and a lot of people that Corey knew and knew of. When he talked about it, it seemed like he definitely wanted to be a part of that shit, because the first thing he said was, man, we would have killed that shit. He said they would have destroyed it. He even gave a little preview of what he would have said while he was there. Gave a little Kim Kardashian joke, whatever, right? But while on that subject, of course, as usual, it turned into the things that people do for the opportunity. Now let's see if we can find this clip. I didn't timestamp it. Let's see.
Y'all ain't seen it.
I ain't
yet.
watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Huh?
He did fillers like the broads?
Hey man, Tom did something to his
Oh,
face,
no,
dog.
No, not they shot
His
him
football
up.
face gone. Comic.
Oh, she was hilarious. What?
I'm thinking
my
of shit
God.
off the top of the dome. Craig stupid than a motherfucker. You have to have. Look, I watched the Tom Brady roast finally. Okay.
I'd have murdered that. We would have murdered that, man.
We'd have towed that
I'm
motherfucker
so-
up.
Pretty sure they got. I wonder if they have
We'd have
limits.
towed
Do they
that
have actual-
motherfucker up,
Do
dog.
they have actual limits in a roast?
No,
Like,
the people they gave big ups to.
They might actually be scared. Like, I know some people push the line and, they be showing all the viral moments and all this person went and said this and all he said this about Kim Kardashian said this. There is a certain level that they're not going to go past. And somebody like Corey Holcomb, I know they'd be scared to have on a roast because he might actually say some shit that'll fuck up. It'll be funny, but it'll probably fuck up the television production money and all that shit.
I want to give them big ups too, because like the girl comic,
oh, she was hilarious. White girl?
she did a good job.
Ooh,
The
she sure
Snoopy
did.
looking bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's funny as
Yeah,
hell.
she did a good job.
She got a special I got to check.
There's an internet show guy, white boy. He did a good job.
Okay.
What's the other dude with the
Kill
mustache
Tony.
name? I know him. I've
That's
seen him.
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, he did a good job.
But I'd have lit all them on fire. They
Boy,
all
they'd have had
decent.
me on that roast, and especially with Kim Kardashian in
Yeah,
there.
oh yeah.
Why y'all rent out this auditorium when Kim puts it right there?
We can all fit in there.
Right. It got surround sound in that blew out monkey. I'd have been on Tom ass because Tom did something to his face.
Did he?
Did you? Y'all ain't seen
I
it,
ain't
did
watched
you?
it yet. I'm gonna watch
Fillers
it
like the
tonight.
broads?
Huh?
He did fillers like the broads?
Hey man, Tom did something to his
Oh,
face,
no,
dog.
No, not they shot
His
him
football
up.
face gone.
They-
Tom was in that motherfucker looking like the Little Mermaid in that bitch, man.
Oh, he was pulled back.
This nigga went under the knife. He was like, when I wake up, I want to look like a bitch.
Oh no, he had cheekbones and stuff. What?
You had to see this shit. His
gotta
teammates had a ball though.
Let me look
I
it
would
up.
have, man.
His teammates had a ball, goddamn it.
Shout out to all the comedians that did the roast. That was a hell of a lick for
It was a girl. I met her at the Comedy Store again. I root for her. She's a little boy girl.
oh,
The
that's
little bald head girl.
damn.
Her voice is so woman-like and attractive.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For her to be
Sam J.
is that her name?
Yeah, Sam.
I wanted to fuck her after I heard her voice. I ain't never wanted to fuck her before.
Sam.
And when I
J.
heard her voice, she was like, Tom, yeah. I was like, oh.
Niggas be liking studs, bro. And it's crazy to me because I get it, it's still a woman. But it's like the manly features is what throws me off, of course. Like, as a straight male, if you are a woman and display manly features, I'm sorry, but it's unattractive. I get it. You still got titties. You still got a cooter muffin. You probably got some ass on you, too. Some of them studs be having ass on them. But these niggas be really talking about like they be trying to smash studs. Is it because they remind you of the bros so much? That could only be the reason. There's no, like, what would attract you to a woman that wants to present herself as a young man? I've never got it. I've never understood it. I've never actually understood a nigga's attraction to that. Like, it puzzles me. Now, not only that, but he decided that he wanted to call one of the greatest comedians of all time, Eddie Murphy, cute.
This would be Eddie Murphy. If he let niggas roast him, that'd be the biggest roast
God.
in the history of roast.
Eddie Murphy, will you please let 5150 set up
put
a
us
big
on.
roast for you, brother? You know we love you, man. We love you, Eddie Murphy. Will you please let us set up a roast so we can get your ass? Because I remember the first Axel Foley and shit. Then the next one, you was cuter. Is that a word?
That's when he got money, man.
Let me say that. Say, hey,
Cuter. Jesus Christ. You called the man cuter. Jokes. It's all jokes, right? When it's jokes, it's not gay. A nigga that we'll talk about backdooring all day and how niggas be doing suspect shit. We'll make gay jokes all day and think it's fine. That shit's crazy to me. Now, another thing that's crazy to me is his obsession with E.J. Johnson. I don't know why he continues to try to hoist that man in front of the audience, but we get it, all right? E.J. Johnson looks like a 7-foot transgender orangutan. We get it. We understand, okay? We get it. But it's his obsession every time he wants to bring that shit up. Because they talked about it. They said, Craig was like, it'll be funny to get Magic Johnson on here for a roast. And he was like, nah, we can't do that. Niggas will get offended because we'll talk about EJ and all this other shit. But it's like, man, get like just I don't understand the obsession. But that aside, him bringing up the roast and him wanting to be a part of it and him wishing he could be a part of it, it goes back to the same shit of why I feel like him and Shannon are beefing. I feel like him and Shannon are beefing because Corey really wanted to be on Club Shay Shay because of the type of look that it would have gave him. To me, I feel like that's truly what it is. I feel like Corey said what he said about Shannon and made fun of Shannon and did his jokes, the gay jokes and all that shit. And because Shannon didn't brush it off and take it as, all right, Corey's just saying jokes and actually took it as disrespect, Corey was taken back like, oh, this nigga, why he feel this way about me? But it's like, not everybody plays like you. Like, don't people know this? Especially at an older age, you're supposed to know this. Everybody's supposed to know this. That's why I don't just do everything that I do around everybody that I do with people that I know. Because not everybody plays like that. Not everybody is with the same shit that you with. Not everybody is going to just be like, all right, it's cool, it's jokes when they the butt of the joke. I know Corey doesn't play like that because when people bring him up, he definitely has a problem with it. So to act like somebody else shouldn't have a problem because you're a comedian, because you tell jokes, to me is hypocrisy. Now, when he brings up trying to be a part of the roast, there's a reason why you refuse to be a part of the machine. And that's because of the way that you speak about the machine and how you speak about the industry. You have a lot to say about what happens behind closed doors. And when people know that about you, they're not going to be quick to work with you. They're going to be more quicker to try to tell people to go against you than they will to tell people to go ahead and support you. That's something that I feel like he should know that comes with this shit. Because it still seems like he's surprised that people don't reach out to him for bigger opportunities and mainstream opportunities, knowing his talent, comedic wise, and him being an actor. I thought he would know that after the whole Monique shit went down. When you have a bad name in the industry, that shit circulates. It gets to everybody. There's a reason why a lot of people do get blackballed in the industry, and a lot of the times it isn't because of them just trying to speak up or wanting things for themselves. A lot of the times it's because these people be putting their foot in their mouth. Now, you either against the machine or you are with the machine. It's really that simple. Now, I feel like in reality, Corey wants to be one of those super wealthy comedians who he sees out here like his peers, some of his peers. And he doesn't want to have to answer to nobody and can work whenever he pleases, but he believes that comes with a price, and that price may be his butthole. And if that is a fear then okay, I understand it. But I can tell that there is this want that is inside of him, no Diddy, to be a part of those big rooms with those bigger names and these people out here with these bigger opportunities and wanting to be a part of those Netflix roasts and having these certain specials or being on these big podcasts. So one thing Corey will do is he will hold resentment in his heart. And he's holding that resentment because, like I said, Shannon Sharpe did not take what Corey was saying as, oh, he's just a comedian, I'm telling jokes. He took it as, this man is disrespecting me and trying to put this narrative out here that I'm gay, regardless of how many people are saying it, because I hear that too. People like, oh, everybody be saying Shannon gay. Okay. Do you see him fucking with everybody that's calling him gay? I don't see Shannon being around nobody that's insinuating he's gay. I don't see anybody that makes Shannon Sharpe gay jokes hanging around Shannon Sharpe or Shannon Sharpe supporting these people. So clearly he has a problem with people insinuating that he's homosexual. Now, with doing that came a response that didn't even hold Corey's name a part of it. He didn't even feel like he needed to say Corey's name. What he did was say, yeah, there's another comedian who says this and that. And when he brought up, somebody calling him gay, everybody assumed and believed that it was Corey. Corey felt the way too because he commented and responded to that as well. He said he would never have Corey on his show. He doesn't respect him. He doesn't think he's funny. And from that point on, Corey decided that it was going to be war every time Shannon got brought up, which he got brought up last night. Craig said he think it would be funny if Shannon would be the point of a roast. And this is what Corey had to say.
Shannon Sharpe would be all right.
Hell
he
no.
would
Shannon
not
Sharpe.
yeah. Oh,
Shannon Sharpe, you see he into it with Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq made a diss song. Okay.
Yeah, Shaq got talent. Shaq know how to get him back.
EJ would be.
Tell me how my ass tastes. Remember Shaq did that song?
Wait, didn't he just do a diss to
Shaq, that shit was. Hey, they ain't like that shit, Shaq.
Right?
Them motherfucker got mad
I
at
didn't
you.
hear it yet, but people are saying
He did a diss to Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, a sensitive motherfucker, man.
He did a diss song.
You know who his date to the roast would be? It'd be Shannon would bring EJ to the motherfucker. That would be his date.
Talk about this my style.
Oh man, he styles the inside of me.
Right.
He got inside
Hey,
style.
yo.
This my skeeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shannon be getting mad real quick, man.
Yeah, he a
Shannon
football
ain't nobody
player.
doing nothing but tripping, man.
It's just misnomer that football players could just whoop basketball players, and this is not truth. I don't know why niggas think because they can lift a bunch of weight that make them tougher. You see what happened when Darren, what's his name, used to play for the Jazz, the point guard. He knocked out Darren Williams knocked out what's his name, the running back. Frank Gore. You know who
he knocked him out?
Yeah, they did a boxing match. Darren Williams, NBA point guard. Frank Gore is one of the top 10 running backs to ever play in the NFL. They did a celebrity boxing match, and Frank Gore got slept. So I don't know why I brought that up, but
Well, you can't.
Yeah, I don't know why you brought that up either. The simple fact is, hey, shout out to Sean Mims for the 5 in the Cash App. I appreciate you for supporting the GMS show in a big way, man. Appreciate you, brother. It's funny to hear Corey call somebody sensitive, and it's funny to hear him talk about how people interact with certain situations. It's only because he doesn't like Shannon Sharpe, I believe, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but it's in my strong opinion that because he is a Shaq comedy all-star legend, that inevitably he was going to take up for Shaq. But here's the thing. This is why being unbiased about things and giving a fair, objective opinion about certain things is actually a great thing. Because in my opinion, I talked about this actually. I talked about this situation, I think it was Monday. I did a show Monday, and I spoke on this. I think it was Monday or Sunday, but I did a show about this, and I spoke on the subject with Shannon Sharpe and Shaq. I let people know Shaq, one of my favorite players of all time. There's nobody in life that was a better dominant center than Shaq. I had the Dizzy shoes. I had the 32 Orlando. I had all that shit, man. Shaq was my favorite player. But that did not stop me from seeing how sensitive Shaq is as I grew up. We all know Shaq is sensitive as shit. You can't say nothing to that man without him starting to mention his championships, MVPs, his accomplishments, all the money he got, all the things that he's done. And not only that, but simultaneously tell you that you haven't accomplished anything that he has accomplished. Mainly, we've seen this with him and Charles Barkley. Shaq is a very sensitive guy. And if anybody says anything or critiques him in any way, he will go on the attack, which is exactly what happened with him and Shannon Sharpe. Shannon went on his show to respond how Shaq, did his interview with Jokic when he was giving him the MVP interview, and he said he felt like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should have got the MVP instead of Jokic. Everybody had something to say about it. It was going viral. People felt like he shouldn't have said it. Some people were like, yeah, that's whatever. Shaq got backlash for that. Shannon Sharpe was one of those people that was like, no, you shouldn't have said nothing like that, or it was just weird for him to say something like that. Shaq went on his Instagram and went at Shannon. Talked about the things that Shannon wasn't good at. He said he was beneath him. Like, Shaq literally was like, you are beneath me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit is crazy, especially one black man to another. And then I started realizing a lot of the ways that Shaq be on his white savior shit, where Shaq be, and this is the crazy part. I don't think we've ever heard, now correct me if I'm wrong, if there's some OG 5150 people in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I ain't never heard Corey go at Shaq for saying things that go against his own community. Now, I could be wrong. He could have gave him some light jabs, or he could have brought some things or said that Shaq said, but he has never gone in on Shaq like he would as Stephen A. Smith. Never. And Shaq has displayed multiple times why he is somebody who will shuck and jive for white folks. And it pains me to say, because I love Shaq, man. I think Shaq, like I said, one of the greatest players ever. I also think Shaq is a really dope human when it comes to just society in general. Like, his fans, he always interacts with his fans. He's always helping people out. You cannot take that away from him. But I see those tendencies in him. I've seen it over the years. And it always rubbed me the wrong way. Now, I don't believe Shannon was being sensitive. I think Shaq was being sensitive in this instance. I think the way Shaq responded and tried to degrade that man and try to demean him and try to say he was beneath him was a very sensitive move. Very, very sensitive move. And Shannon also responded to that with class and with maturity. He didn't attack Shaq. He didn't call him out his name. He didn't say Shaq was anything. He brought up some facts, and he still gave him his props, and he moved on. Shaq dropped a diss record, which was hilarious, but still, I didn't see any sensitivities coming out of Shannon Sharpe in that moment. I just didn't.
You take nobody for granted.
Now, one thing I will say before we move on to another topic. Is that Corey mentioned about these streaming services and not wanting to be a part of these streaming services. And I don't know if it's been somebody else making these suggestions in his ear. I don't know if he heard one of my shows and was like, oh man, fuck this nigga. I'll never take advice from a fuck nigga from Minnesota. But he brought up streaming services and not trying to get streaming dollars or whatever he was trying to bring up. And I brought this up last month or the month before about what Corey could do to capitalize or to make a bag. Honestly, I think that ship has sailed because people like Rumble, people like Kick have caught on to certain things and they stopped really giving out the bag like they did in the beginning. But they was giving out millions, giving out bags to everybody. Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, Akademiks, all these people. They giving out millions of dollars to these people just to stream because of the numbers that they do. Now, somebody like Corey possibly could still strike a deal with one of these people because of his consistency and his numbers and all the people that watch his show and tune in, depending if all these same people or a majority of the people that watch him through YouTube could make the jump over to a Rumble or a Kick. But he dismisses it because I feel like out of his ego, he doesn't want to do something that other people suggested or that other people may have done already. And he's talking about his own website, which I support as well, because I would rather somebody make their own platform and do their own thing and make their own money and make their own rules with what they can say, what they can play, all of that with their own website, because that's the smartest route to go. So if he does do that, I hope that people, go and support that the same way that they do the 5150 show. But as far as a bag goes, there should have already been, and he doesn't trust managers or agents and all this shit. He's been talking about he's trying to go and get an agent and all this other shit. He should have been did that way before this whole Rumble and Kick wave started to come, because those niggas would have been on the phone with these Rumble and with these Kick heads in the offices and showing them the numbers, showing them the results, showing everybody that's talking about the show all this shit surrounding it, to the point where I'm pretty sure they would have definitely broke Corey off with 7 figures for sure. 7. They would have gave that nigga 7 figures just off of what surrounds the 5150 show. And it wouldn't have just been up to him to get the people there. They would have been promoting the hell out of that shit to get more people to watch it anyway. And he would have got a younger crowd, and he would have got it would have been, I'm telling you. Now, I may not know a lot, but I've been watching this business, and I've been watching this shit, how this shit's been going. I've been watching how these people been getting these deals, and I've been watching the streaming platforms, who they've been looking for, the criteria, all this shit. And a bag may have been missed because of niggas may not know or niggas' egos. I don't know. But like I said, I don't wish bad on nobody. I want people to succeed. And if he can find an avenue through his own website to where he can make his bag and do what he got to do, more power to him, man. More power to him. Now, somebody who is back in the headlines for some salacious shit is none other than DJ Akademiks, #1 operative in the Drake OVO crisis management team. Now, if you don't know, Akademiks doesn't just run his page, but Akademiks has 3 other type of pages on Instagram, several pages on YouTube, several pages on Twitter. All these pages, I don't know who runs all of them, but I'm pretty sure he does have a hand in running multiple of them himself. Now, he, a couple months back, I forgot when it was, but it was a couple months back, he got into some shit where a woman tried to accuse him of sexual assault. Then a video started going viral of his stream being turned on and a woman screaming and yelling in the background, and it just did not look good because people started to associate that video of a woman screaming and seemingly screaming for help as the video evidence of Akademiks sexually assaulting the woman who was accusing him. But the thing about social media is when they start running with a narrative about somebody they don't like, they will run with it. And a lot of people on social media do not like Akademiks. So what happened was they started running with this narrative, and Akademiks had to go on his platform to address it and clear the things up. Now, what he cleared up and what he proved was that, for one, the video of a woman screaming in the background while his stream was turned on was of his ex-girlfriend or maybe current girlfriend, because I see they still probably fucking with each other. Her name is Cheyenne. He was she was extremely drunk, breaking thousands of dollars of shit in his house, and he was trying to get her out of his house. The police were there and trying to get her out as well. She was acting a damn fool. This woman also allegedly stole $500,000 from him. This is a separate girl who still might be fucking with Akademiks till this day. The other woman whose video surfaced of her claiming that Akademiks sexually assaulted her, which was this woman here, is not the same woman. This is not the same woman from the video of the young lady screaming. Now, I will say this disclaimer. If I'm Akademiks, first of all, I wouldn't be messing with this Cheyenne girl, because I would have been came out and said that was me on the video, especially if I'm still fucking with the motherfucker. Like, you still fucking with me, but you got all these people believing that this girl here is the girl in the video screaming in a rage. Why don't you tell people that you was at my house drunk as shit, breaking a bunch of shit, being a belligerent ass bitch, and not saying nothing? Now, with this situation, with this girl, Akademiks went and told the story of what happened. He said that he had two of his friends over. This girl called him. He Ubered her over. Akademiks said he was so drunk getting back from an event or a show or wherever he was at, he went upstairs and went to sleep. He said the young girl ended up having sex with both of his friends. They ran a train on her. And then the girl went upstairs into Akademiks' room, and either they had sexual relations or he didn't have sexual relations with her and had her leave because she banged both his friends. That's the story of what is coming out of this, right? When this happened, this girl the next day went to the police and tried to claim that she was sexually assaulted by all three of them. Unbeknownst to Akademiks, he had no idea this girl was doing this, which resulted in his house being raided. They kicked down his door. So now this is where you have the unexpected factor. He has no idea that this girl feels like she got sexually assaulted. There's no way that he's participating or anticipating being raided. The police come, they raid his house, they take his videotapes, his CCTV camera, they take all his footage, and they watch the footage, and they conclude. Now, this is what Akademiks is saying. Somebody needs, we need 1090 Jake to go pull up this document, because out of all the things he's pulling up, you need to be pulling up those type of shits. We need to see about this police report, because it has to be a police report out here. From Akademiks, from what he said, the police saw footage, house footage of everything that took place, and concluded that there was no wrongdoing on anybody's part, and that seemingly, or not seemingly, but in conclusion, the woman who alleges that something happened to her, the police concluded that that wasn't the case. That is what Akademiks is saying to the public, and also giving information that this is an actual case that happened. You can look this up. Now, what is happening is all this Drake shit is going on, this Kendrick Lamar shit. They pulling out niggas being predators and pedophiles, all this other shit. Now the woman has surfaced back, double back, grabbed a lawyer, and is now suing Akademiks for defamation and sexual assault. Now, this is after an alleged police investigation. All that shit has happened, and he has already been cleared of wrongdoings. Now, I want y'all to keep that in mind, whether you like Akademiks or not. Let's keep that in mind, because if I would be stupid as hell to sit here and tell y'all that I had police raid my house, confiscate my shit, do a whole investigation, and clear me of wrongdoings for that to have been a whole fabricated story, and in reality, I actually was a weirdo who actually sexually assaulted somebody. That would be crazy. And he would deserve all the shit that comes with that. Now, I see that there are going to be text messages brought up and all of that. I am here to tell you that if text messages prove that somebody's guilty over video footage, we are living in the most fucked up times in America. That's why I'm glad that one nigga got off, because if it was up to text messages, that one former football player would have been in prison right now for murder. But thank God CCTV footage was there. It showed a different story. And on top of that, one of the dumb niggas didn't erase his text, so it corroborated the story that they was actually looking out to harm this nigga. What was his name? Somebody help me out. Who was the former football player, man? It was like Travis something. Travis Hunter. Was that it? Travis Hunter. His name was Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter got set up by his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend tried to lie and say that he had it out to murder her brother. In reality, she texted her brother and said and lied and said that this nigga put hands on her, and so the brother came over and was ready to shoot this nigga, but instead this man popped out with the, what did this nigga have? He had the I don't know what he had, but he had that goodness gracious great balls of fire. That motherfucker was spitting, wasn't it? If you seen that motherfucking that footage, oh my God. What was his name? Tell me his name. It was Travis something. Somebody give me his name. Somebody find his name for me so I can get it right. But y'all know what I'm talking about. We talked about this on this show. The woman went on the stand and lied and tried to act like she didn't say to come shoot this nigga. He would be sitting behind bars right now for self-defense if it wasn't for video footage. So I get it. Text, all that shit, whatever. But if there was footage of everything that happened and the police seen it and they cleared this nigga of wrongdoing, then I'll just have to wait until this trial happens, whenever it does happen and whenever they go to court. Because this also ain't me saying that I trust police either, because police could have seen some shit, or Akademiks could have had enough money to pay these niggas to say everything was cool. I don't know. You can never put nothing past rich niggas. I don't know. Travis Rudolph. That's his name. Appreciate you, brother. Travis Rudolph. That's his name. Steve, man, that woman was on the stand trying to act nonchalant, trying to act like she didn't do shit wrong. You got your brother killed, stupid ass. You got your people killed, all for lying. And on the CCTV footage, it showed that he didn't even put hands on her. She put hands on him. So not only did you try to hit this man, or did hit this man, but because he didn't want to be with you, because she was married still, let's not forget that. She was still married. She didn't tell this nigga. So he didn't want nothing to do with her. And you know what happens when these violent women don't get what they want? And niggas don't be talking about this shit. They always talk about domestics and men, but when these women don't get what they want, or when you try to lead their ass, these motherfuckers get the fuck. Especially if you fuck around, call them a bitch. Oh, they think that shit. They think them is fighting words. Even though they could deserve the biggest bitch in the world. Motherfucker, you out here still married, want to be in a relationship with me, and you over here texting your brother, telling him to come over here and pop me in my shit. Bitch. Bitch. It's like that's all you hear. That's all you heard. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Now, I'm going to play what this girl said. and I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of video, and then we're gonna get out of here, man.
I look crazy right now, but I'm not gonna stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened. Academics, you know that that's not what happened. And for you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just some thought, like we didn't know each other for 2 years. You tried to save yourself after your friends assaulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when you woke up, you were on top of me too. You raped me too, and a rape kit was done. You know what? I'm gonna come back with my own story. This what you wanted, you're about to get it.
Now, the thing about that is her insinuating that she was unconscious for this to happen. If they have to watch this and this is the thing too. Now, if she's telling the truth, holy shit, get Akademiks the fuck out of here. I can't wait to watch this nigga go up in jail with his belly hanging out of his Amiri shirt. I can't wait. If it's true. If it's not true, I hope this woman realizes that the footage that they have or that they investigated, if it still is there, if it still exists, they're going to have to watch that in court. I hope she knows this. I hope she doesn't think that enough time has passed to where it doesn't exist anymore. If he still has this footage, if the police, whoever did the investigation, if they still have this footage in evidence, they're going to have to watch this in court. And if it shows you moving around and willingly getting on all fours and taking back shots, oh, it's a civil suit. Oh, whoa, that changes everything. That changes everything. Oh my God, a civil suit? Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it, man. Get these niggas locked up. Get these niggas off the streets. You want this shit to happen to somebody else if this shit is true? What the fuck? Now, I hope Akademiks has enough money to fight this back, but it might end up turning into a situation where he's just going to have to pay out. Because here's the thing. If I still have footage, I'm bringing it to the civil suit. I'm bringing that shit. And I'm saying if she's insinuating that this happened, I have proof. I have physical evidence here, CCTV footage, to show y'all that that's not how this happened. I hope he has that, because if he's saying that there was footage where this already happened, an investigation already happened, they already tried to bring some type of criminal shit to him, it never happened, it never stuck, it was proven, according to New Jersey, it was proven that he didn't do shit. If they have this video, I don't give a damn if we in civil court. I don't give a damn if we having a presentation on a motherfucking projector in school. Bitch, I'm playing this shit because it exempts me from any criminal wrongdoing. But it looks like this might turn to be a payout deal. He's definitely probably going to have to pay some shit out. But I will say this. Him going on the internet and speaking on this the way he didn't make him look good at all. It made him look crazy. I mean, at one point he said if he goes down, he's bringing everybody else down with him. I don't know what the fuck that means unless you got a conglomerate of pedophiles out here. I don't know. Let's see this real quick. Let's see real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find it, then we'll talk about it. But if I can't, then we're gonna have to talk about it next show. Livingston, Allen, New Jersey. Court documents. Not Minnesota. We are looking for New Jersey. Livingston Allen. Your search returned 13 public records for Livingston Allen in New Jersey. Let's see. Just give me records, man. They try to go through all these hoops. What exactly are you looking for? What's the middle name of the person? Nigga, let me just find the shit, man. Damn. Great. We found 13 public records for Livingston Allen in New Jersey. Okay, can you show me them? Records for Livingston Allen, including when available. Oh my God. Full reports may take up to 3 minutes. Damn, they taking all this damn time. But all right, while we're waiting on that, let's listen to what he said.
I can't talk about too much just because I've paid lawyers to handle court. And these people who are coming at me are hoping that I that up by handling it on social media. The police wants nothing to do with this. They're saying there is no crime. The cops have said, peace. There ain't no crime that we could prove. That's what they've said. We're out of this. Do you know who's the lawyer representing whoever against me? Y'all know the lawyer? Who y'all think that lawyer is? Is it possible that that person who really seen the money grab was really the Diddy stuff, and who was the biggest covering the Diddy stuff? That lawyer allegedly reached out to some people of mine saying, if ACT continues to doubt what we are purporting against Diddy, remember, we could file a lawsuit on him too. Let me tell you this about everybody in the industry. I'm going to tell y'all all this right now. If ACT ever goes down, y'all all go down with me. Because I hold no secrets for nobody.
that sounds like somebody who's guilty of something would say.
Y'all all go down with me.
If a nigga say, if I go down, you all going down with me, nigga is guilty. Guilty. You never say no shit like that if you somebody that ain't got nothing to hide or somebody is out here doing some devious, devilish ass shit. That's all I know. I'm never saying no shit like that. I don't have no skeletons in my closet. This nigga is crazy. He also got roasted out the gym. Well, not roasted, but these niggas wasn't having it. They was on the stream last night arguing back and forth between the whole Drake shit and why these allegations and underage girls. They were talking about the 17-year-old girl who hopped up on stage with Drake. And this is what Akademiks had to say about that.
Okay, what about the 17-year-old that he was talking to on stage?
Yeah, what about her?
Bro, that's like 15 years ago. Drake was like 20. I'm not saying that was cool.
What? What?
No, it was 15.
No, bro. Wait, hold on. So just because it was 15 years ago, it completely negates the fact that he found out she was underage and then proceeded to kiss her on the lips.
No.
Just because it was 15 years ago.
I'm not saying it's not odd. I'm just saying is if that's the only thing you have and you're trying to paint him as this weird sexual deviant, and that's the only thing you can fall back on because nothing else holds water. Just use that.
I'm not.
Okay, what about the 17-year-old that he was talking to on stage?
Yeah, what about her?
Bro, that's like 15 years ago. Drake was like 20. I'm not saying that was cool.
What? What?
No, it was 15.
No, bro. Wait.
That shit sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. And I get it. You love Drake. But my nigga, come on, dog. Come on. It's not that serious. Now, let's see. They ain't let me see these documents, man. They trying to have me pay for these documents, nigga. I ain't finna pay to see Livingston's documents, motherfucker. You crazy? Are you crazy? Oh wait, hold on. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Damn. They ain't let me pull up these documents, man. 1090 Jake, get on it, man. Get on it, man. Somebody get on it, man. Somebody go and buy Livingston Allen's documents so we can read this shit on the next episode, man. I ain't got time to do all this shit today, man. I got other shit to handle. Also, we didn't get to the Mary J. Blige story, but we gonna get to that next episode as well. Apparently, they saying we trying to get Mary J. Blige up out of here. They saying that when Mary was around like 22, she had a 15, 16-year-old Danny boy blowing that back out. And, you know, of course, people ain't going to respond to it the same way because it's an older woman and a younger man. But I'm telling you, man, if this was the other way around, this shit will be making headlines. Niggas would be all up under the niggas' comments, calling him a predator and all types of shit. But we going to get to that shit later on. I got shit to do, man. We didn't even get to the like section. We didn't even get to the funny video of the cussing pastor versus DL Hughley. I promise y'all we going to get to that shit next time, man. So if you stick with me, you stick with me. Hey, everybody, GMS fam, appreciate y'all for pulling up today. Everybody in this motherfucker, if you can, do me a big favor, hit the like on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. If you want to support the GMS show in a big way, like I said, we ain't monetized over here, man. We do it for the people and we do it for the love. So if you want to support this channel, make sure you hit that description below and figure out what the name of the Cash App is, which is sitting right there in the description. You can go ahead and support the GMS show in a big way. Shout out to Sean Mims for sending the 5 and the 5 and the 3, man. I appreciate you supporting heavy today, man, for real. Shout out to my GMS fam, everybody that pulled up, everybody that participated in the chat. CDT Bigs, King Gambit, King Lukey, Infinite Umbra, Stiller Lee, Jan Wynn, Zen Master, my guy, Subliminal Frequency. Who else we got in here? Dub, Deuce, Soda Slim, Southern California, Sean Mims, DJ Travo. Where you at, man? Where you at with it, GMS fam? I see you. Tori, Glittery Bubbles. Mine or yours? That's what Diddy say to people sometimes in his freak-offs. You want mine or do I want yours? Shout out Joe Blast. Meliodas. ZD, or does that say Zoe? That says Zoe 99. Okay, look like a D from here, man. You know, my eyesight's kind of fucked up. I'm getting older. Gary, Jason, Lewis in the building. Xavion, I see you. Clock's in the building. Last name is in the building. Musa 49 was in the building. Grits and Gravy, I see you. Every single one of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up and supporting the GMS show in a big way. One love, peace, positivity, everybody. GMS fam, the green room. We out.